Hi everybody and welcome to the video. Today we're going to talk about lockdown, which is continuing, and also we want to talk about the importance of being healthy and the health message. So let's go into the video. Well, we're nearly 1 week through being on lockdown. I don't know how it's been for you, but for us, for me, it's been rather interesting. The streets are empty at the moment. Every day seems like a Sunday afternoon, and it's interesting going up and down the streets to see the different queues that are forming, everybody doing their social distancing outside the banks, queues for the pharmacies, and also one major queue for our local supermarket. But you know, God has been blessing through this time, and even towards the end of this week, we were given a gift, bounty from God, 2 boxes of fruit and vegetables that came to the house. What a blessing it was to receive them. And I want to speak for a little bit about keeping healthy, because I don't know if you've noticed this, but as things are flying off the shelves in the supermarkets, it was all the unhealthy things that were coming off the shelves. All the healthy stuff was there. So when I was looking for example, cereals, all the sugar cereals gone, you can't find them. People have stocked them away. But the healthy cereals, they were still there. Buying raw oats, for example, not a problem. So I've got my packet of raw oats. I was able to get soya milk to put on them. Everything that I was looking for seemed to be there. So we thank God for that, but also it brings us to this point of health. And it's a very important point, because if you want to keep healthy, if you want to keep the coronavirus at bay, you've got to make sure that you build up the immune system. If you don't have a good immune system, particularly if you're getting a little bit old, you need to establish your immune system to help it along. So what's going to do that for you? Well, there's a few basic things. First of all, we all know about vitamin C, very important. Make sure that you get your oranges in, but also lemons and limes. Really healthy, great for making drinks. Don't worry about the sugar cordial drinks. Just take a tall glass of water, cut a lemon or a lime in half, squeeze it into the water. You've got a nice refreshing drink. And if you can't take the sharpness, well, you can always stir in a little bit of honey. That doesn't go too astray. Now, when it comes to the vegetables, make sure that you've got the good antioxidizing vegetables. So anything that's green, get your greens in, your spinach, kale, cabbages, all of these kind of things. And then onions, garlic, very important. Nature's antibiotic, garlic. So make sure you've got that as well. And if you feel like you need a top up, then perhaps zinc tablets. Add the zinc, that helps to build up the antioxidants within the body. And there are other natural remedies that we can be using, such as black seed oil, another good one to use. And if you can get hold of them, the fresh natural herbs. So we've got some living herbs, coriander and basil here. And if I go into the back garden, then we've got rosemary is growing there, and perhaps you have spotted there's an aloe vera plant in amongst that as well. And also mint, because mint, again, if you want a cup of tea, mint makes a very refreshing tea drink. You should be doing all of this. Now, the other thing is, learn about the natural remedies. You may notice that the books behind me, the bookshelf has changed a little bit, because I put certain books up there to recommend them. For example, Culpepper's Herbal talks about all the different plants that are growing in the United Kingdom and what their uses are. Then you've got other good medical books that are around. food remedies. People don't realize that food can be there to help you out. A very old-fashioned but well-known book, Back to Eden by Jethro Kloss, that again helps you talking about food. And then I suppose I really have to bring this one to the forefront. This one, Counsels on Diet and Foods by Ellen White. Highly recommended book. These are the things that we ought to be looking at, and now is the time to get the knowledge, and there's a reason why. And I'm going to quote to you from a devotional by Ellen White, Maranatha, and this can be found on page 188, and this is what Ellen White says.
Perilous times are before us. The whole world will be involved in perplexity and distress. Disease of every kind will be upon the human family, and such ignorance as now prevails concerning the laws of health would result in great suffering and the loss of many lives that might be saved. As religious aggression subverts the liberties of our nation, those who would stand for freedom of conscience will be placed in unfavourable positions. For their own sake, they should, while they have the opportunity, become intelligent in regard to disease, its causes, prevention, and cure. And those who do this will find a field of labour anywhere. There will be suffering ones, plenty of them, who will need help, not only among those of our own faith, but largely among those who know not the truth. The medical work done in connection with the giving of the third angel's message is to accomplish wonderful results. It is to be a sanctifying, unifying work, corresponding to the work which the great head of the church sent forth the first disciples to do. Calling these disciples together, Christ gave them their commission. And as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely ye have received, freely give. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. It is well for us to read this chapter and let its instruction prepare us for our labours. The early disciples were going forth on Christ's errands, under his commission. His Spirit was to prepare the way before them. They were to feel that with such a message to give, such blessings to impart, they should receive a welcome in the homes of the people. God reaches hearts through the relief of physical suffering. A seed of truth is dropped into the mind and is watered by God. Much patience may be required before this seed shows signs of life, but at last it springs up and bears fruit unto eternal life. How slow men are to understand God's preparation for the day of his power.
Well, folks, I hope you've enjoyed the video. A little bit longer than we did in the last video, but I just want to encourage you. Get the food in, stay healthy, learn about the natural remedies, because when the time comes and lockdown is over, that's the time when you'll have the opportunity to get out and teach other people about the knowledge that we have. Knowledge about how to use foods to stay healthy, which foods to eat, how to have a healthy diet. And these are the things that people want to know about. We need to use the time. We need to listen to what the prophet said to us. We need to listen to what the Bible's saying to us. Stay closer to God. Make sure that you're getting your prayer life in. Make sure you're getting your study life in. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.
Thank you.